What's going on, everyone? It is your man's right here, Charlie, your host of the Inner Circle podcast. Welcome to our 111th episode. I am here on the last day of the month of the show, Pride Month. I'm looking like a freaking Power Ranger, Rainbow Skittle, Richard Simmons, ready to work out. Bright motherfucker. But I'm excited to be here, and I am feeling prideful and excited. And just excited. This is a special night to have the show on. We usually on every Wednesday, Hump Day, the day that we originally decided. But tomorrow I have the. I'm excited to be able to participate in some coverage to go see a baseball game. I'm able to see the Real Housewives of New Jersey go versus the Brooklyn Cyclones and get to see that and get some exclusive tea and behind the scenes. So I'm really excited to just go and participate in that. And who doesn't like a good baseball game during the summertime? No, so I'm excited for that. But it so happens to be a Wednesday, the Inner Circle Podcast Day. So we're doing it a night early. So thank you to everyone who's tuning in, watching, and overall just listening when you catch up. If you don't watch live, that's cool. It's okay. That's why they're streaming. But welcome to the show. We have a great show planned today. And my girl Melanie, as you guys know, if you watched last week's show, you guys know that she is out today. She told you guys why. So we send her lots of love and speedy recovery. But I wouldn't come here by myself to spit some tea and talk some shit. I have one of the OGs of the three, my boy, Sean. What's up, bitch?
Hey, how's it going?
How are you?
I'm doing good. Yeah.
It's good to see you. It's
Yeah.
always good to cut up. How you been?
I've been alright. The news has been awful lately.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. Definitely feel that. Definitely feel that. But let me take you. Did you? I know Providence Pride was last weekend. New York Pride was this weekend, and we'll get into that a little more. But did you go to Providence Pride?
No.
No. All right. Well, we'll get into it, but let's get into some news, like you said. Uh, last week we had our last episode Wednesday, and then what was it? Thursday, Friday, the Roe v Wade, overturn happened. We've discussed it a little bit on the show before. What are your thoughts about it? Like, you haven't been on the show since the 100th episode, but what are your thoughts about this whole situation? It actually happened, and like, what do you think about this?
I think it's horrible, taking away women's rights. Um, this is gonna lead to like back alley abortions and stuff like that, crazy shit. And it also like opens the door up for like taking away gay marriage, access to contraception for women, you know. They some of them judges want to take it all away.
Well, I heard also pharmacies are already restricting because there's such a demand for the Plan B that they're already scaling back. That's crazy. It's crazy.
Because
I don't know
everybody's
what is
stocking
going on
up.
in this world. Like, Meg The Stallion was seen in a TikTok video, something that they posted online. I don't know if you see the Plan B in the back. She's dancing. I don't know if that was purposefully done or she just forgot. But you see her Plan B box in the back with her luggage. Crazy. It's just insane.
Yeah.
I expressed myself how I felt about it initially when this first happened, and I know we're men talking about women's issues, but um, again, I can't stress this enough. Growing up, I've always felt connected to women. I don't know if it's something with my mom and the strength and her strength of having five boys at such a young age, or even my grandmother as well. I've just always felt very connected to women and love women. Now, I'm an equal opportunist, as you've heard me always say. Would I call any race, creed, gender, whatever out on some bullshit? Yes. You want equal rights, bitch? You're 23. I ain't getting up from this train seat. You're gonna stand up. You're young. You want equal rights. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
Yeah,
Shit
yeah.
like that. But I'm still for women and women's rights. And you can't. Wow, like the control is insane. Is insane, and I don't know what's going. I don't know. I'm a little scared for the future of. I don't want this to be start off as like a sad, mundane, like not mundane, but like Jerry podcast. But I'm a little afraid of the future of this country, and I don't want to bring it to existence. But I've said it before, kind of, and I'll say it again. Unfortunately, I feel that certain person is going to be elected again come 2024. We're gonna have 4 more dreary years with that certain person. I feel it. I feel it coming. I feel it coming, baby. Like I feel it. I
Hey,
don't know. Like what about you? Be realistic.
I
Maybe
hope.
I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking I'm
Well, I think this might trigger people to go out and vote and
yeah. Like
not get
New
that
York
far
has
out.
some election today as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. New Yorkers pissed. They voted to like basically anybody can get a gun now in New York. You don't have to have a reason to carry a gun. You can just have a gun.
Yeah, it's insane. Now, but what I love to see, I know you said you did not go to Pride in Providence, but what I love to I went this weekend in New York, and
Mhm.
what I love to see was people making that political statement. You know, coming on like this year, Pride was so different for me. Like last year when I went, I was like not in a great space. I remember we went to see En Vogue's concert last year for Pride Sunday, but overall, I didn't really want to walk around, participate, go to bars or whatever. I was a little grub, not in a good headspace, and I could admit that. But this year, oh, what a fucking blast I had! I had so much fun, like bar hopping, just like day drinking, dancing. Shout out to the DJs that were playing that good at Raw Bar on Christopher Street. That good, taking me back to like what I miss and what I've craved, like dancing to like that early 2000s music. You know what I mean? Like 2000, like 2000 to 2000, like 12, 13, 14, like like it was amazing. Like I had so much fun, and it was. I felt I've been expressive too of what I feel some prides and how like some of it is could be so debauchery like, but this year it felt different. I think people were so excited to be out um post pandemic, and again there's still so many political things to be said and stand for, and you definitely see I definitely seen that out there, so I love to see it. And for me this year Pride, it was like a different eyes lens. Like, I don't know, maybe this is what I needed. It was like, wow, I felt like this Pride is not only about the gay rights and what, the history and all that stuff, but it's more because I think we've included so many women and other people who are also, you know, the margin and all that stuff, like just come together. And I love to see it. It was an amazing time. It was fun. And I love to see all the different type of people, all the different people there with different things to say. Um, it was more than just your craziness, partiness, but you still had that too, and that was fun.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. I had so much fun. It was an amazing time. I'm so glad I did it. And shout out to
I
my boy too for taking me
I
out with
was I was gonna go. I was gonna go to Pride, but just plans fell through, and I just didn't. Then I was like, actually, like what happened was, I was at home
what had
drinking.
happened was.
I was drinking and smoking,
Oh,
and then I got too drunk, and I was like, I don't feel like going. I was like, I'll do it next year. uh,
yeah, no, I mean, it was. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. I seen obviously I follow a lot of people from Providence, so I seen Providence's Pride and stuff. So it's just I'm just glad I gave it a chance because again I was feeling certain ways and such, but it was I had a lot of fun, and it just felt different this year. It felt very united too and powerful. No drama, no fights, no craziness. I didn't witness any of that, and I was around. I hopped around, so it's like it was great. It was great vibes. It was great vibes. I loved to see it. I love to see it. Great Pride, and what a way to end Pride Month as well. So here as fucking Powerpuff looking Rainbow High, yeah, Rangers. Um, but on to some other news, and I've noticed that for years now, the BET Awards air always on Pride Sunday in New York City. Coinkydink or not? I don't know. Because we know that the president that runs BET right now is not very gay friendly and, has donated against anti-gay stuff. And if you've noticed, I don't know if people notice, but you will notice now and see I'm not crazy. While every other channel and app out there wants to slap on the gay rainbow for the month, BET does not. Go peep it. There's still two more days, I guess.
It's always been like that religious channel too.
Low key, right?
Had the gospel.
Low key. Yup, you're right. Low key.
It's always
but
like that.
with that means that the BT Awards went down. Did you watch it?
No, but I heard talking about gay, I heard Thing was snubbed. Little Nas X.
Well, I'll touch on Little Nas X real quick about my own conspiracy theories. But a lot went down. Did I watch the live show? Obviously not, because I was out and about. But I definitely did, as a good journalist supposed to do, catch up with the performances and the clips and the highlights of the night. And some of the Diddy got honored with an award. He performed. I was laughing my ass off because I'm like, he got more time than Jennifer Lopez and Shakira did. Here they are fighting for halftime. He got 13 minutes of performance for his tribute to himself. So that was funny, but he thanked everyone. I thought it was funny that he thanked his little girlfriend, Young Mommy, or whatever that city girl thing is called. Wow. She was in the audience with a poppy sign, like very TRO days. And he thanked everyone. Really? He even went to thank Cassie, his ex-girl. Obviously, he thanked his late baby mama, Kim Porter, obviously. But I mean, part of the tribute of his performance was to her as well. Faith Evans came out for that. But during his speech, he thanked everyone but his current girl. He even thanked his ex-girlfriend, Cassie.
Our girl probably didn't do nothing yet. She's just a fan right now,
Clearly, with that fucking TRO sign, like in the audience, and you still don't get a shout out, not even a babe.
What did she do? What did she do?
But not even a babe. I see you. Nothing like that. Like
I would understand if she contributed something, even like made a sandwich, but I bet you she's not even capable of that. She's
keeping him young, giving him some good.
She just got that Glock 3000. That's
I be thankful for that. You gotta be grateful for some good pussy, some good dick. You don't come
but Diddy could get that anywhere.
Again, you may think good pussy and good dick comes along very often and very well, but not everywhere it doesn't. Believe it or not. So you gotta be thankful when you get it, and obviously he's with her for a reason. So it's like, if she hasn't offered anything yet, I'm sure she's offering him the fountain of youth and her wetness. But moving on from Diddy, Lotto brought up Mariah Carey as a surprise. She samples Fantasy, and they ended up doing a remix to that. Mariah Carey came out, and I don't know if anyone noticed, but in true Mariah Diva fashion, you could tell. I study body language. Like Lotto must have missed her cue, because you clearly see Mariah Carey do like this. And anyone who's peeped this or noticed it, I know the details. I know the small details. She's like, I laughed. I'm like, that is true Mariah Carey fashion. Mariah Carey's gonna be one of those old bitches, like in Aretha, that she's gonna be 70-something years old and still being like a bitch, like in her little gestures and her little things. Like, I just see it. I see it. Mariah's gonna be like our future, like Aretha, and those type of divas that was still like bitchy to the last day, but we love them. We love them. Another high. Well, I wouldn't call it a highlight, but have you heard of the singer Giveon? He's in the remix with Justin Bieber and Justin Bieber's Peaches. Anyways, they dub him I don't know who's they. I mean, people out there, the medias, the social medias, they dub him this generation's next great voice. With that being said, when you hear this generation great big voice, especially in the R&B category, you think, the Luther Vandrosses, right? The like, you know, who else? Throw some names out there, Sean, from your parents that maybe they listen to the Luther Vandross, the Marvin
Yeah,
Gaye's, you know what I
yeah.
mean? The Ray Charles, um, my boy James Brown, even. So, you know,
Mario, back in the
Mario.
remember Mario back in the day?
Mario who? Just a friend Mario?
Yeah,
I said not
his
artist
voice, his
back
voice.
in the day.
I'm talking
Oh,
about voices. I'm not talking
what?
about
What?
what
No, I'm
he
talking about voices
saying.
too, like
He has
legendary
amazing
voices.
voice.
Well, I'm
Boys to
sure Mario,
Men.
but Mario, okay, Boys to Men, yes, them too. Mario was more 2000s, early 2000s. That was more
Yeah,
our generation, and I'll take that. I'll take that for you adding that in. But I'm talking about legends. If you're gonna
it's
call this
you don't
generation, we
want
have
you don't
generation.
want you don't
And if
want to you don't want to admit we're old, bitch. You-
oh no, I admit it.
our
I own my
generation is old music.
yeah, but again, when someone's gonna say the next generation great voice, I'm gonna
Yeah,
go back to like even
yeah,
before I was born, a little before I was born, because I grew up with either our mothers or our grandparents, our great aunt, our aunties, listening to those greats. So although we weren't born then, we know about those greats. So when you're gonna say generational great next voice, you're gonna compare, you're gonna bring out the arsenal. Okay, you're the next. Okay, are you compared to this? You get what I'm saying? So with Giveon, that's what they've dubbed him. But onto his BET performance, he blames BET for basically fucking with his mic. And Little Nas, I guess that happened to Little Nas X because he even said, Little Nas X, I feel what's been done to you. Now with Little Nas X, I call it sabotage because again, gay and the president of BET. That's my conspiracy theory. Now I don't know much about Giveon. I don't know if Giveon is gay or not. I could be a conspiracy theorist. With that being said, I don't blame them. I don't think it's BET's fault. There was a lot of performances that night that fucked up and had glitches. I would say that Diddy's being one of them. And clearly Lotto missing cues because Mariah Carey had to give her some hand gestures. But
MTV might need to give them a bigger budget.
but
What?
but I'm sorry, give y'all like a true professional and a great singer. And I'm not a singer. I mean, it's easy for me to come up here and say because I'm not trying to be a singer, although I've had my dreams, but I'm not trying to be a singer. But a true great professional singer will know what to do in those moments. Take off that mic piece and do what you got. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So clearly this guy's still green and not taken away from him. But if we're gonna start dubbing people the next something, let's stop and pump our brakes and make sure they could carry like those old legends did, even under the circumstances of audio and tech. Because back in the day, these artists weren't that tech the way we are now. There's special microphones nowadays and everything. So, that all these artists use for different reasons and tune reasons. So, but you know, that's my take on Giveon. I personally don't think BT fucked it up.
I don't know. I don't really even watch BET. I haven't watched BET Awards.
No,
I don't even know. I think since Tupac died,
I forgot.
I think that's
I
even
don't
enough.
even think they had BT awards when Tupac died.
Yeah, they
No, the
did.
BT awards were created. They had like the soul, like they had the
Yeah,
Soul Train
so
awards.
whatever. That's the same
No,
thing.
no,
It's
no.
just a
It's not the
different
same thing.
name.
They're different.
No,
No, you can't say the Oscars and the Golden Globes are the same thing. Just
the
different things.
Soul Train Awards. It just
It's
changed
not.
to the
It's not the
BET
BT
Awards. It was
awards.
on the same
It's maybe
channel.
equivalent, but
Uh,
that is
Change.
racist.
It's just the same thing. Just so you know.
I, I get what you mean. I get what you mean. Just another awards show type of thing. But I get what you mean. But But speaking of, I thought for a second. Well, let's get into some circle talk now. Some hot topics that's going on. Did you see? Let's get into this. Gris, Gris, Lane Maxwell
I know. I was looking at the names too. I was like,
being
damn, hot ass
sentenced
names.
for 20 years in jail, taking the rap for basically Mike. Am I saying his name right? Mike Epstein.
Yeah.
And the whole recruiting underage, etc., etc. Um, do you have any thoughts on that before I give my take?
Like, bye, bitch. I don't know. Whatever. I know they're being nice. I don't know. Uh, some people need to. I don't know. I don't
I
know.
just
So I sometimes believe in capital punishment, and I sometimes don't. I don't know. Sometimes life in prison sounds bad, but sometimes we don't need to be paying for people to be living in jail too.
listen. My take is this. Here we go once again. A woman. I'm not taking away from what she's done now. I'm not. But here we go. A woman taking the rap for the crime.
Well, he's dead.
Wait, no, wait. Let me finish.
But
Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. He offed himself because either A, he wasn't mad enough, or B, yeah, go being a conspiracy theorist.
he had a lot of
Not false.
secrets. He had a lot of secrets.
He had a lot of secrets,
Yeah.
couldn't keep them, and someone.
Mhm.
So there's that. That's my theory. Now with her being a woman,
And it happened
I-
during somebody being president. But
yep. And
I
with
don't
her
think.
being a woman, ooh, thank God someone else is not on this show anymore. That would have been a whole different conversation. And with her being a woman, I'm sure she was threatened enough to keep her trap shut, take this plea, this sentence, and that's that. And her being the woman that she is, I'm sure she's just gonna take a lie down. No worry about her flapping her mouth and turning on anyone and leaking any names and such.
Yeah.
That's my theory. But once again, is the woman taking the rap?
I think she was equally
Of
involved.
course. No, I
He
agree,
needed
but
her. He looked at him. He looked creepy. I don't think they needed to be a woman to con these women and to go into an island with that man.
I mean, I get it. She definitely had equal parts. She's disgusting as well. I'm not, but
Mhm.
at the end of the day, the woman's facing the punishment. He got again. He took the easy way out, either killing himself or again. I have
Yeah,
second
but do
thoughts.
you think it's Do you think it's worse
What are you gonna say? You
on
better kill
his?
yourself
Do you
than
think it's worse on his part because he was doing it for the sexual reasons, but she was doing it for money and power.
it's more disgusting sexual reasons. I'm sorry. You're having
You
age.
know,
Like she,
I think
yeah, money.
like selling human beings into slavery
Oh, this is.
is
Oh,
just
you're
like
taking it a different
mm.
way that I didn't plan. But you are making me think.
Like
That's a good thought. That's a good thought. That's a good.
she like you hear all this like womanhood and
Yeah.
women together. She sold her what like your
But do you think it
brotherly.
was also beyond? Yes, I agree. Money, maybe whatever. Some of it was into it, but do you think also there was more to it? Maybe at the end of the day, once again, what cyclically happens in has been happening for generations is women wanting just to please the man and make the man happy. Do you think maybe that was a factor of it as well?
No, because
Besides the perks that the money and the power brought.
she had no uh, their relationship was business.
Who? Mike Epstein and her? I've
Yeah.
seen documentaries, and there's a lot of theories out there. Once again, there's a lot of theories, just like we have this show and we have our theories that we put our thoughts and opinions out there. But I've seen shows as well where in documentaries where it pairs like her kind of romantic. Like there was something like there, kind of sort of, from what I gather. You know what I mean? And her wanting to please them type of thing, et cetera, et cetera. Like there was, from what I understand, there was something slightly there, at least slightly there between them two.
He gets the sex and gratification, and she gets the money and power.
Well, listen, um, 20 years. How old is she? Well, how old? Let's see how old she is. Hey, maybe God grants her a lot of. Maybe she will. My theory is, what's her name? Hold on. Bristling. My theory is if God grants her the years to live, um, she's 60 at this point. So if God grants her to 80 to live, maybe a few more years after 80, she could write a book exposing all the men and the names. This is my theory.
They'll mostly be dead anyway.
Exactly. And this is why she could get away with it then. Exactly. Think about it. Think about it. And I'm sure the men that have the power at B know this. Oh, by the time, she comes out, if she lives,
Yeah,
we'll be all dead
yeah.
anyways. But
That
your
orange, that
children will
orange,
suffer. Your
that orange
children will
monster would eat
suffer.
enough cheeseburgers.
Don't worry, we'll make sure his son Barron, Trump pays.
Oh God.
Let me stop. Before they come after the podcast.
Yeah.
But so yeah, she is 60 at the moment. So if God willing she lives, she would come out at 80. But moving on from that predator, this Rhode Island cop. Rhode Island cop charged with assaulting after punching female Senate rival during abortion rally. You are coming. Ironically, you're coming straight from Providence, Rhode Island.
He tried to say
Like
he was protecting somebody.
So could you give us a breakdown? As I know, he's someone who wants to run as a Republican for a Senate seat, right?
Yeah.
He's currently a Rhode Island cop, a Providence cop, who is going to run for Senate seat. Now she's already in position. This young,
I don't know.
Jennifer Rourke. Wait.
I don't know if she's already a senator. No, I don't think she is. I think it's just an open seat.
Okay. She's a reproductive. She's tweeted, "I'm a reproductive rights organizer and state senate candidate. Last night, after speaking at a Roe rally, my Republican opponent, a police officer, violently attacked me. This is what it is to be a Black woman running for office. I won't give up." Her name is Jennifer Rourke. Home dude's name is a Spanish dude too. I mean, there's a lot. I was gonna say a name. Ooh. I'm telling you, there's a lot of washed ones out there. There's a lot of washed ones. I believe his last name is Lugo, Officer Lugo. Even more disheartening to see when it's like a fellow man of color at the end of the day. But obviously, in his mind, like many other people think they're like Blanco. So
they think they can get away with it. That too.
No, I mean,
what is it? The chief of police, they want to fire him.
Well, no, he got suspended with pay.
With pay.
Yeah. The article had me out with pay.
Yeah, with
pay. First of all, is it Providence, Rhode Island, or Rhode Island as a whole going through like deficit and money issues, and y'all suspending this motherfucker with pay? Like
that's because the police have a what do you call it? Union. Yeah, you can't just fire somebody or suspend them without pay.
So we got cops out here just punching. Like, I call for his badge. I call for his.
Yeah, badge. The police chief wants it fired.
So. I mean a woman, and he tried to say that he tried to. Let's talk about both points. Because some other
he said he was trying to protect this guy, and I seen the video. This guy was in the middle of all these people, but they were just screaming at him. They didn't touch him. They were just screaming. There was no pushing. No, he got to walk away. I couldn't even speak English. He got to walk away relatively easy without having to push his way through anything. And then here comes the guy out of nowhere and punches her, like out of everybody. When did you punch another dude? Why would you just punch that? I don't know. It's like, even if you were trying to protect that guy, you you made yourself the bad guy just by you know that that's your opponent and it's a woman,
Yeah, it's
so it makes you look like you're not trying
the
to save
fact that it made
anybody.
headline news. I'm like,
Yeah,
I was gagged. I'm like, really? They're reporting
yeah,
this on this. So the fact that it was being reported, I'm like, wow, this is big, and I was shocked too. Like, this is coming out of Rhode Island. Like, it goes to show that even in the smallest creaks, cracks of the butthole, United States, like, y- there's crazy shit going on, and it's like it's insane. It's like you said, the news is just insane.
yeah.
This is why it's hard to stay like. This is why I try to be as corny as it is. Honestly, Sean, like I try to be as positive and put that out there as could be because this world is fucking insane. Like anyone will go unhinged, anxiety crazy, and all this shit that's going on because like this, like there's so much crazy shit going on. But that's why I was so glad that Pride was different. You know what I mean? Like when I had moments like this weekend at Pride, and just even the weekend before I had another parade that I went to, the Mermaid Parade. Like it's like okay, like it's we not the world is not that mad. There's still great people out there and good energies going on. So, um, but with that being said, we'll stay tuned with what happens. Keep me in the loop
Mhm.
with what happens with Mister Officer Lugo. I want his badge gone. You let me know when they take his badge. But another thing that went down in Providence, Rhode Island, and I'm so excited about the trailer drop today. I am geeked. Summer just recently started, but I'm already kind of low key waiting for fall, and I love fall. Anyways, it's one of my favorite seasons.
Mhm.
Hocus Pocus trailer dropped today, and as we know, a lot of it was filmed in Providence, Rhode Island, not only in Salem, where it's supposed to be taking place
Mhm.
fully, and part of it is like streets that we walk. Like
The
my
best,
dad lives
yeah.
blocks away from one of these parts, and
The best
we
part it was filmed during COVID, so we didn't get a lot of spoilers from people. We even got
that's
very
true.
little spoilers. I was
I
so
mean, I
happy.
got one of the very little spoilers was my own brothers sending me videos because they live.
Yeah.
One of my brothers lives like right there. My dad lives there,
Hmm.
and it's and I said this before as a little inside scoop on one of the previous episodes earlier this year. But I was casted. I did get casted and everything to be an extra for the movie, but unfortunately, my schedule and real life work didn't permit it,
Hmm.
so I wasn't able to do it, and it just bums me out. But like the fact that I got the emails and everything that like I would have done it, it's like I was supposed to be part of this. But I'm excited to see. Although I'm not, I'm still excited to see it and know that I was like a step further to be in the big screens. Although this is coming out on Disney Plus, it's not coming out at the movie theaters. It's coming out on Disney Plus. So if you don't have your
That's
Disney Plus
fine.
subscription, sucks to suck. I have Disney Plus.
I don't know. I like this new wave of being able to watch movies at home and in the
Me
movie
too.
theaters.
Me too.
Because sometimes you just don't feel like going to the movie theaters.
For some movies, exactly. I agree. You're
And,
right.
and and especially like Hocus Pocus, sometimes you don't want people because you know they're gonna be a loud crowd
Yeah.
watching it, and sometimes you don't want a loud crowd. Sometimes you want to enjoy it by your like.
September 29th. I can't
Hmm.
wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm so excited. And it's gonna be from home. I'm gonna make it uh it's gonna be a witchy season. Don't you feel like witchy? Like, are you one of those people that come fall? I can't believe we talk about fall and like someone just
Yeah, my
started.
birthday has not even passed yet, girl.
I know, right? But are you one of those people that when fall comes, you start feeling like a little witchy and like you're like I don't know, you just feel good. I don't
No,
know. If
I feel like a bear. I want to hibernate and go to
Oh no,
sleep.
never
And
mind. So you're not really a fall person.
no, I'm not. I'm a summer person. I
Well,
like,
well, your birthday was late August. I get it.
yeah.
I get it. Yeah. Your birthday's the day before my nephew Brandon's. August 26th, August 27th. Oh, that's gonna be a lit weekend too, because Bad Bunny, I'm going to see August 27th at Yankee Stadium. I
You
can't talk
bad
about it.
buddy.
I can't talk about it enough. On the show that's like one of the highlights that I'm looking for. This summer's gonna be a good one.
Much? How
You
much for a meet and greet?
he no meet and greets. He doesn't have
No,
access.
he doesn't do meet and greet. Oh, I know you'd be like all over him.
Mm, 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 mm. Second time this year seeing him. I'm thinking about going to the second show on Sunday to see him as well, but maybe not. It all depends on some other things. But yeah, oh man, I can't wait. But anyways, now speaking of, we were talking about the BET performance with Lotto and Mariah Carey, and I thought for a second some guy must have came out rapping "Old Dirty Bastards" version rap part, right? Because
Mhm.
Old Dirty Bastard, bastard, Old Dirty Bastard died a few years ago. And I'm like, wait a minute, Old Dirty Bastard is still alive, but I had to like Google because even the guy that came out looked like Old Dirty Bastard. Maybe I was tripping because I was catching up on some of the show like when I came home late at night. So maybe I was just like
Old
tripping.
Dirty Bastard was
He's been
he's
died,
ugly. He
and he
ugly.
was ugly too. But with
Uh,
that being said, it comes into our next game, a new game that we have here that I'm gonna put you against, Sean, and some of our circle friends who are watching live, and even if you're listening, catching up on the show, play along. This game is called Dead or Alive. Dead or Alive. If you're a Supernatural fan, you'll get the reference. Let's get into it. So, Sean, I'm gonna be giving you some celebrities that are either dead or alive. Because sometimes, like the blonde moment I had, you're like, oh, this person is alive. I thought they died, or oh, I thought this person died. So let's get into it. Let's see if you know your people who dead or alive, and circle friends, people
I think I
watching
might be
live,
good at this.
participate with me, please. Because you're the Grim Reaper. That's why, bitch. Let's get into it. Are you ready?
Yeah,
All right, here we go. First one. Meatloaf. Is he dead or alive?
he's alive.
He's alive. No, the
He's
first one
dead.
right off the bat. He just passed,
Oh,
unfortunately, January 20th of this past year.
oh, see, I see. If it was longer, I would have known.
Yeah, next, Jackie Chan.
He's still alive.
Yes, you're right. Our boy is still alive. Good job. Good job. Next, okay.
Oh,
Carlos Santana.
oh,
Maria,
ooh.
Maria, the guitarist.
I
Dead
think
or
he's
alive?
dead. I think he's dead.
I think he's dead.
No,
He
he's
is still
alive.
alive.
Oh,
He is
okay.
still alive. Next, Bernie Mac.
He's dead.
Yes, Bernie
I'd
Mac. We
be,
lost it early.
I'd be a bad black
That was
person if I didn't know
unfortunate.
he was dead.
I was gonna say that. I was thinking that. So I was putting the list together. I'm like, well, we don't get Bernie Mac. I did think that. All right, next, Natina Reed. She was in the group Black, and for the original Bring It On movie, she was in the original first Bring It On movie. She was part of the
She's
Black
dead.
Girl Squad. Huh?
She dead. She dead, right?
Yes, correct. She died
Yeah.
early, unfortunately. Early 2000s as well. You got that right. She was actually part of the group that Lisa Left Eye Lopez recruited and put together, kind of like a mini TLC themselves. And the Tina kind of mirrored what Left Eye was in TLC. And as we know, Left Eye
Didn't she
also
sing
died
that
of a
song?
car
Bring it
crash.
on.
Oh baby,
Oh,
bring
baby,
it
bring
on
it
to
on.
me, bring it on,
Yeah.
bring it on. Yeah, I don't need no fancy cars or diamond rings.
That's a song.
Yeah. Okay, we shared our age, like what was that, 2000, 2001. But yes, unfortunately, like Left Eye, she also, I believe, that in a car crash. Next, Richard Simmons.
He's alive.
And you are right. Although there's been a lot of theories and we haven't seen
I
this
know.
out there, there's a lot of news of kidnapping and low-key death or whatever, but the man is still alive, as we know. Now, last one, Sinead O'Connor.
Oh, she's dead. Right?
Is she?
I know. I don't know.
Is she?
I know her career's dead. They killed her career.
She is alive. She is very
uh,
much alive.
I know they killed her career because she made some kind of religious song. I
Yeah,
forgot
the
what it was.
Pope thing when she ripped the
Yeah.
Pope. You listen,
Yeah.
I was a little kid. I only know one big hit song, and I can't really maybe think of the rhythm of how it goes right now of hers. Um, but there's only one big song that I know of hers, and but the only big thing I also know her for is that she ripped. It was like a pop culture event because again,
Yeah.
I'm a little kid growing up all these years since a little kid, always hearing all these freaking shows how she ripped the picture of a pope from 19 whatever pope was in the church in 1990 what
Yeah.
2 3 4 I believe those between 1992 and 1994. So that's what I remember from her too. But God must not hate her that much because she's still alive. um let's get into it, Sean. It's almost the end of the show. It's so good having you back and see you back. You're looking good. um
Yeah.
I think it's the first show in a while. I am so thankful to this new moon out there. I know you don't believe in all this astrology shit, Sean, but I'm so thankful to this new moon because it is the first show in a while that we've had smooth, no freaking glitches. I've got it all together. Mercury retrograde is not fucking with us no longer, and it was just a smooth sailing. So, it was a great show. Now, we do some things here. We ended in gratitude, but first, do you have a nope? Not today. You're familiar to our nope? Not today.
um, I think it's still, it's new summer, but still the same old thing. Socks with sandals and flip flops. I can't
You
do
see,
it.
I'm not the only one.
I
I'm
can't
not
do
the
it.
only one. Motherfuckers be thinking
I
I'm
can't.
judgmental, and I'm the one that's like,
I
but
I can't do it. I can't do it.
yeah,
I
same.
think I would break up with somebody if they came up looking like that. Like
I can't.
you'd have to have a serious conversation about the relationship and then go moving forward. I was like, no.
But you know what's the new thing, Sean, that I'm hearing, and people are
But
flipping it on the people like us that think that sandals or flip flops or socks are disgusting. They're trying to flip it on us and say we're disgusting because we're walking outside basically barefooted with flip flops and sandals. First of all, flip flops and
that's
sandals
what they,
are
that's
made
how they're made
exactly.
for.
That's what they're made for,
And then you
not
go
to
in the
wear
house.
it with
But
socks.
if you're wearing a sock, more dirt stays with you, doesn't it? It absorbs I think it absorbs the dirt more.
Exactly, and eventually it's gonna seep through your freaking foot. Even when I
Yeah.
just don't get it. I don't like.
What happens if it rains?
Listen, I've always thought it was a fashion faux pas going back. We've known each other for years, like since like high school, and I've
Hmm.
always thought it was disgusting. Now, with that being said, my it's funny how that's your note not today because not my note not today is something that I'm seeing, and I read about it, but in New York City especially, I'm definitely peeping it and really seeing it. It's summertime, kids. Why the fuck are we wearing hoodies still? Like literally till today, I've
You,
seen like I could count on body parts
you know
of
what I
people wearing hoodies, especially these young generation. I don't know if they're reptilians. I don't know if this younger Gen Z, what they're made of, cryomatic, whatever shit. But I sweat like a prostitute in church easily.
You know what
Like
my first thought is when I see people wearing hoodies and stuff during the summertime? I think they're homeless and they're carrying everything they own with them. That's what I think. I'm like, oh, they're homeless. Oh, should I give them $1? Or they walk in. I'm like, why? That's
but
what
me
I think.
honestly, you want me to add me coming from a retail background, especially the way I was trained. I went to manage stores. I was trained that when you see someone dressed in a hoodie unseasonably, they're going to steal. So that's what it also brings to mind to me. But that's systematic, and that's how I was trained working their job.
I
So
see.
I'm not saying it's right.
I'm
I'm
like,
not
oh,
saying
they're
that any person
homeless.
wearing a hoodie is gonna steal. I'm not saying that because that's bullshit.
Especially
I
because
was
they be
raised with.
kids and they be
But
hoodies and with the big old backpack. I'm like, oh, they're carrying everything they own. Oh, poor thing. That's a
But I get it. I get your chain of thought. But yeah, that's my. It's funny. Yours is that's your not today. Mine is the hoodie thing. But now I want to end it in gratitude. Do you have what's your ended in gratitude? Anything you're thankful for? Let you
um
go first.
Liquor weed and my niece.
Liquor, weed, and meat. Good, good three choices. I like that. I like that. um, for me, it's overall like I want to end it in gratitude, and this sounds weird, but embracing. I want to end it in gratitude that I'm able to embrace that. Lately, my emotional side has been on a. I don't know if it's because cancer season just started, but I've just been very much with my emotional side, and I'm embracing it. A lot of times, people don't embrace their emotional side. Sometimes we want to push our emotions aside, or think like, oh, being too emotional is a bad thing or whatever. But I'm embracing it, and I feel good lately. The mushiness I've been feeling and the emotions I've been feeling, and just embracing all that and love and pride and just everything going on. My family, my nephews, everything. I just feel this gushiness, and I'm embracing all of the emotions. I'm thankful for that because usually we're pushing shit like that away.
Yeah. You're so mushy. Ugh.
I'm mushy.
Mm.
But anyways, we want to thank everyone for tuning in. Sean, it's always a pleasure when you come by. Listen, you brought the good luck today. No audio issues. No, listen, you brought the good luck today. New moon. It's always good having you. You know, I love you. And for everyone that's watching and listening, you know the deal. You can catch us on all your favorite streaming apps. That is Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, etc., Speaker. We are on YouTube. Make sure you're subscribed, especially to our YouTube, because we have exclusive content that only goes to our YouTube and our Instagram. A lot of information comes on our Instagram, so make sure you're catching it right where the Inner Circle Podcast. If you're watching, just like that, THEINN number 3RSIRCLE podcast. You know the rest. We love you guys. See you guys next week. We out.
Bye.